The strength, I think, is that you're starting from level ground. You're starting with people who don't know why they're supposed not to trust other people, who don't know why they're supposed to dislike Calvinists, Catholics, Orthodox, or whatever. They just experience the offer of Christ and the gospel. And the great strength then is you simply watch people working out that impact, letting it happen, without the tribalism that afflicts an awful lot of conventional church life. And I've always found this one of the most refreshing things. These are people who do not know why they ought to be suspicious of some other people. And they can cope, therefore, with quite a lot of tough stuff coming at them, and they will know something of the surprisingness and the newness of what it's all about. That is a huge strength. And because the whole thing is structure light, so to speak, it means there's a lot of flexibility. You can cope with very different kinds of social setting, and a lot can be done electronically in terms of communication. It's a flexible, fast-moving, informal sort of association. That's all to the good. I guess if I talked about weakness, I think it's really more of a weakness in the whole of our culture, that we're very consumer-minded. We go for what makes us feel good. And an awful lot of modern and postmodern Christian mission walks straight into this great elephant trap of what makes me feel comfortable, what makes me feel stroked. And the gospel begins with this affirmation that every bit of me God can cope with. There's nothing that he's terminally disgusted by. Equally, every bit of me is going to come under his scrutiny, and he's going to have his way with it. Now, when you're in an environment which teaches you that the basic attitude you have to almost anything and everyone is that of a customer, being challenged like that isn't easy. And all sorts of new Christian movements get themselves sucked into that, and old ones too, frankly, let's be honest. Second thing, not a weakness, but I think a problem. People who are ministering as evangelists and pioneers in this context, and I've spoken to lots of them, they're quite vulnerable. They've got to be out there without some of the traditional structures of the old-style ministry supporting them and holding them. And that's a big challenge. I think we need to do a lot of work about how such people are networked and resourced in a proper way that keeps them alive and fresh. And they know this. I think a lot of the people we've got doing these pioneer ministries, as we call them, really do know what the challenges are there.